Oh, there you are, YouTube. Doodle 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 doo. Subscribe if you're interested, and maybe give it a like or two. Or can you get? You can only give it one. You can only give it one. And by like, I mean I'm not talking that thumbs up thing. Anyway, let's do a random ranking today. Let's go to my movie collection and pick out 3 movies at random, and then rank those movies from most favorite to least favorite. I'll rank them here in the video, but if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so. Let's get to picking some films, some pieces of physical media. Whoa, should I shut my eyes? Shutting them, and I feel a slipcover. I believe it's a Blu-ray. Let's go up here. I've been liking what we've been finding in this section, and then maybe we'll go down here. I'm not leaving you. I'm still here. Hello, hello. Okay, let's see what we got down there. Okay, this is cool. All right. So first we have the Monster Squad. So I talked about them a lot whenever I pull a movie that I guess they introduced me to. But my neighbors, who had a son that was a year older than me, like from, I don't know, when did we meet? I don't know, it was probably 3 or something. I don't remember. But that family, they introduced me to a lot of movies. They took me to the movies all the time. They took me to see my first movie in the theater, at least in my memory anyway. The first movie I ever saw, they took me. They also introduced me to the Monster Squad. So basically, if they were showing their son a movie, I was seeing it too. If they were going to the movies, if they were taking their kid to the movies, they were inviting me along. So very close family for a big portion of my young childhood, and they introduced me to so many things, and the Monster Squad was one of them. And it was just a really good entry point into horror, I guess. And they did get me into a lot of horror. Like, they showed me this, they showed me The Gate, they showed me the Blob remake. I'm sure there's more that's just not coming to me right now, but they introduced me to that stuff. And you know, when you're a kid of the 80s, that's just sort of the way things were. I don't feel like kids' movies today for super young are like that. They're all like Minions based, it seems like. And this is the type of stuff that me, a 4-year-old, was watching. A 5-year-old, how old would I have been? 87? So yeah, 3, 4. This was, I mean, he was a year older than me, so I was just kind of maybe a little bit younger than what someone would maybe normally show their kid, just because he was a year older than me. So, but anyway, yeah, this was a good early entry point into horror. You know, Wolfman's Got Nards, you know, that was being quoted all the time as a little young kid. Next, we have The Theory of Everything, and I really like this movie, but I'm not into biopics. I don't know. It's like I don't like the idea of biopics, but it turns out I do actually like quite a few biopics, and this is one of them that I thought was done really well. I also heard it was shot in chronological order. Is that right? Or maybe it wasn't shot in chronological order, and that's what makes this interesting. Maybe it wasn't shot in chronological order, and for Eddie Redmayne to show the progression of gosh, I just forgot his name. Why can't I think of it? Oh my gosh, why can't I think of his name? Stephen Hawking. Gosh, that was embarrassing. The progression of his abilities, losing his abilities, and having to remember like what stage, you know, in which he had to perform, I think was impressive. If that's how it was done, or maybe they shot. I don't think they did shoot it in chronological order, and that's why it was sort of a really impressive acting feat. That he was able to switch to these different eras of Stephen Hawking's life so seamlessly. He did win Best Actor for this. He was up against Michael Keaton for Birdman, and he did win. This is a year where I really wish it was a tie. But ultimately, while I like this movie a lot, and I think at the time, like, this was my favorite movie of that year. Like, it just really affected me a lot. I found it to be a very emotional movie, beautifully shot, and I was impressed with the acting. I don't think I would put it up there today. As time has passed, it's dropped, and I just, I don't see myself like revisiting it. But in that moment, that year, watching it, it was, I thought, a really special film. But weighing the two of them now, I wish Michael Keaton had won. Personally, a tie. But if I'm not allowed to have a tie, Michael Keaton is the one who I would want to win. I'm pretty sure I was rooting for him that night. It just happened that I really, did love this movie. But Michael Keaton, would have been a great winner. Next, we have Austin Powers in Goldmember. This is the one with Beyonce in it. Remember that? Isn't it weird? Like, when you think of what Beyonce is today, like, icon, like a mystery. Here, she's just a young kid in a movie, a comedy movie, right? A spoof, no less. And, like, now she's got this icon status to where she doesn't almost like even seem like a real person. But here, she's, uh, just someone trying to make it in show business. She wasn't Queen Bee, wasn't Bey, wasn't on top of the world. Like, it wasn't like, I don't know. Again, she's like goddess level type stuff is like where people have placed her now, and here she is in Austin Powers Part 3. I really like this one though. I actually like all the Austin Powers movies. Me and my friends, we would quote them all, and we thought Goldmember was really funny. Ooh, look, it says full screen. Oh, I hope I didn't buy this. I can't imagine I did. This was probably a hand-me-down from somebody. Ugh, full screen? Yikes. But, isn't that weird? Bong and a blintz? Smoking a pancake? All that stuff. I like all that. Where is he, though? I don't see that guy, like, represented at all. I love gold. There he is. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that was really good. I don't know. I like this one a lot. A lot of heavy quotage from it. How are we going to rank these? It's funny because this movie, the year it came out, like, I'm pretty sure I ranked it as, like, one of my favorite films. Maybe even my favorite film of that year. But as time passes, just the biopics don't stick for me unless they are about the royal family or a specific event, like Apollo 13, that sort of thing. So while I loved this at the time, and probably still would today, it doesn't have the same sticking power, but I'm also not watching it very often. So I think that's going to actually put this movie maybe at the bottom. Just because I don't know. It's not sticking with me. Maybe it's too recent because I'm a nostalgist. So maybe for me that is more important, and liking a movie and thinking it was the greatest of the year at that time isn't gonna put it up front. But I still think it's good. It's just it doesn't have that revisit ability that these other two do. Like Monster Squad, I'll watch that every once in a while still. Uncle Rico's in it. He's the Wolfman. And then we have Goldmember, which had such heavy quotability for me and my buddies. So I think, a piece of me almost wants to put Goldmember first, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and go with Monster Squad number 1. And then, I don't know. Let's take a look at this. Bong and a blintz, smoking a pancake. He's eating his own skin. He's peeling his skin chips flakes off and eating them. Yeah. Maybe if I were to rewatch all of these, Goldmember would be number 1, but I just can't take the entry point that this was away from my history, my cinematic history. So I'm going to go ahead and go Monster Squad #1, then Goldmember, and then The Theory of Everything. So my question to you is, have you seen these movies? These three right here? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all three, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.